This video was made in collaboration with NARUTOPEDIA. For more information, check out the link in the description. The Life of Kaguya Ōtsutsuki from Naruto. Princess Kaguya Ōtsutsuki is the former matriarch of the Ōtsutsuki clan, the former partner of Isshiki Ōtsutsuki, and mother of Hagoromo and Hamura Ōtsutsuki. Long before the founding of the Hidden Villages, during an era of endless war, Kaguya consumed the fruit of the God Tree and became the first wielder of Chakra on Earth, before later merging with the tree to become the Ten Tails. Welcome to the Amagi. In today's video, we're going over the life of Kaguya Ōtsutsuki. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Background. A millennium ago, Kaguya arrived on Earth with Isshiki Ōtsutsuki to harvest a god tree of its chakra fruit, with which she was to provide for the main family of her clan from another world. According to Amado, Kaguya was a low-ranking member of the clan and was chosen to be sacrificed to nurture the development of the god tree. Instead, Kaguya developed an attachment for the planet she meant to destroy, betraying Isshiki in the process and left him for dead. In the anime, upon her arrival, she was discovered by the people of the Land of Ancestors, who brought her before their emperor Tenji. Identifying herself as the God Tree's guardian, Kaguya used a mysterious power to wipe Tenji's memories of the encounter and subsequently settled among his people, becoming recognized as his concubine. Growing closer with the emperor, she eventually fell pregnant. When the Land of That began to threaten the Land of Ancestors over a border dispute, Tenji attempted to prevent the outbreak of war by declaring that anyone who attacked the larger nation's representatives was to be executed, an order which she broke when she was threatened by them, resulting in her and her assistant Aino becoming hunted by their land to be executed. Losing all faith in humanity but still longing for peace, Kaguya believed that it was necessary for her to attain godlike powers in order to put an end to all of humanity's conflicts. So despite her clan wanting to harvest the world of its god tree, she defied the taboo surrounding the fruit and ate it. In doing so, she awakened the Rinne Sharingan and became the sole person on the planet endowed with chakra. Using her newfound power, Kaguya single-handedly ended the wars and took control of the nations. For her deed of stopping the conflict, she received the blessing of the people and was worshipped as the Rabbit Goddess. After establishing peace and changing somehow, Kaguya used the infinite Tsukiyomi on humans to transform them into an army of white Zetsu over the course of many years in order to protect her chakra from being stolen by other clan members. In the anime, not wanting mankind to perish, she freed some victims of the Genjutsu and erased their memories. While giving birth to her twin sons Hagoromo and Hamura, she dispersed chakra to them, making the pair the first people born with chakra. Ruling by herself and often resorting to cruelty, her dojutsu and jutsu were regarded with fear, awe, and reverence by humans. At some indefinite point, the Rabbit Goddess had instead become known as a demon. Eventually, Kaguya found herself ruled by her own desire to possess all chakra, which eventually turned her against her sons. Having devised a plan to absorb their chakra, she integrated with the God Tree and became the Ten Tails, followed by challenging the twins to battle. Assuming the Ten Tails was an incarnation of the God Tree that attacked them to recover the chakra from its stolen fruit, Hagoromo and Hamura sealed the beast's chakra within the former's body while using its husk as a core of the Six Paths, Chibaku Tensei, creating a celestial body that would become known as the Moon. Hamura later took leadership of the Ōtsutsuki clan and departed to the moon to guard the beast's remains, while Hagoromo remained on Earth in order to spread chakra to humanity and teach them the concept of ninshu. However, just before her sons could completely seal her, Kaguya had manifested her will in the form of an artificial human called Black Zetsu. With the agenda of reviving its mother, Black Zetsu manipulated Hagoromo's eldest son, Indra Ōtsutsuki, as well as his descendants within the Uchiha clan and his brother's descendants within the Senju clan in an attempt to get one of them to awaken the Rinnegan and break the seal. Madara Uchiha would eventually succeed in obtaining the Rinnegan, and Black Zetsu began secretly manipulating world events to have Kaguya revived. Kaguya Ōtsutsuki strikes. After the infinite Tsukiyomi was cast by Madara Uchiha, he attempted to finally tie up loose ends by eliminating Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, Kakashi Hatake, and Sakura Haruno. When he proclaimed himself as the savior of the world, Black Zetsu, who had been standing behind Madara prior, impaled the elder Uchiha in the chest with the left hand of Obito Uchiha, whose body Black Zetsu had taken control of. Madara was left shocked and horrified, remarking that Black Zetsu was his will, with Black Zetsu berating Madara before Black Zetsu also revealed that his will was that of Kaguya's, much to Madara's horror. Black Zetsu then began covering Madara's body with his own malleable mass. As Sasuke and Naruto attempted to intervene to stop the revival from going ahead, they were captured by hair-like appendages while Madara's body continued to expand, growing off the enormous reserves of chakra from the victims of the infinite Tsukiyomi. His body grew until Black Zetsu's mass completely engulfed him, thereby completing Kaguya's revival, who now stood in Madara's place and resulted in Kaguya having been successfully brought back into the modern ninja world. She looked on at her surroundings, and upon noticing Naruto and Sasuke, and more important, the marks on their hands before the hair-like appendages, now made up of her actual hair, threw them back to the ground. She activated her Byakugan, noticing that the two youths had similar chakra to her sons and Hagoromo's children, before coming to the conclusion that Hagoromo had bestowed his powers to them. Kakashi asked her about her motives, which led her to state that the world was her nursery, and as such she wanted no more fighting to damage it any further. She then teleported Team 7 and Obito Uchiha into an active volcano, telling them that she would have them disappear. However, all 5 of them managed to avoid death. Seeing this, Kaguya struck them once again with her hair, this time aiming with her Byakugan and firing needle-like strands at Sasuke, who was saved by Naruto, whom had just discovered his ability to fly. Noticing this, and Naruto's power resembling that of her son, Kaguya grew enraged and clashed with Naruto while declaring that all the chakra in the world should once again be hers. As she knocked Naruto back, Sasuke appeared above her and attempted to strike her with his Susanoo sword. The assault left Kaguya unscathed, and she was able to rebuff Sasuke, sending him reeling to where he almost fell on the lava, before teleporting behind Naruto and using one of his truth-seeking balls as a platform for safety. Kaguya immediately entered a dimensional void and transported herself behind the duo, noticeably crying due to the resemblance they held to her own children, before forcing Black Zetsu over their bodies. Black Zetsu then began to tell the two youths the truth about past events, things that even Hagoromo was unaware of. He told them that Hagoromo and Hamura once sealed Kaguya using the same powers that Sasuke and Naruto inherited, and that he had been manipulating the descendants of Indra and Asura for presumably all of time, attempting to get Uchiha to awaken his Rinnegan and activate the infinite Tsukiyomi, so that the Ten Tails, and subsequently his mother Kaguya, would be revived. Kaguya, still crying, then stated she hated her two sons for what they did to her, causing Naruto to grow enraged, not understanding why Kaguya was so angry that her sons had gained powers like her own, before tearing the Black Zetsu off himself and Sasuke. To create an opening, Naruto convinced Sasuke to attack Kaguya with a Matarasu, which allowed him to get close enough to her and use his sexy reverse harem technique. The technique was successfully distracting Kaguya long enough for Naruto to strike her, allowing Sasuke to teleport the two of them around her and begin the sealing. In that moment, Kaguya shifted them to a frozen kingdom, encasing herself and her foes in ice. Kaguya then created a portal to escape the ice before Sasuke used his blade's release, Kagutsuchi, to free himself and Naruto. At the behest of Black Zetsu, Kaguya created another portal to grab Sasuke, and then proceeded to teleport him to a desert landscape in order to eliminate them one at a time. As Kaguya went to deal with Naruto, the crafty ninja began drawing aid from the tailed beasts within him, plowing through Kaguya's defensive and quickly overwhelming her with a massive army of shadow clones, calling it his own personal dimension. The princess quickly retreats through her portal, to which Naruto quickly follows through, as does Obito along with Sakura and Naruto clone. While the shadow clone quickly disappears, Black Zetsu is shocked that Naruto could follow them to the base world of Kaguya's various dimensions. While Kaguya is determined to reclaim the massive chakra within Naruto, Black Zetsu points out that Naruto is too dangerous and she should just take the easier route of killing him. Dismayed in agreeing, Kaguya then launched a jagged bone barrage on Naruto that impales him and starts to disintegrate. Kaguya then returned to the normal dimension, only to find Naruto's shadow clone army didn't disperse. When she comes to realize that the body she killed was a well-disguised clone, and then sees that only the true Naruto among the clones possesses the truth-seeking balls on his back. Cutting through Naruto's clones to try and kill the real one, Kaguya was unaware of Obito and Sakura's rescue of Sasuke from her desert dimension. With Naruto and Sasuke reunited, Kaguya teleported them all to a dimension with heavy gravity in an effort to pin them down so she could kill them easily. Before moving everyone again to her main dimension, Kaguya managed to kill Obito with her all-killing ash bones, letting himself be impaled while he saved Kakashi and Naruto. Kaguya remained silent as Black Zetsu taunted Naruto about the Uchiha's death, and was shocked when Naruto retaliated by severing her arm carrying Black Zetsu and pinning it to the ground, Naruto remarking that he thought Obito was awesome. After getting hit by Naruto's tailed beast-powered Rasen Shuriken, the Ten Tails chakra within her reacted violently to the chakra of the other tailed beasts, transforming her into a rabbit-like chakra monster, which according to Black Zetsu was a form she couldn't control. Despite Black Zetsu's fears, Kaguya ultimately regained control and formed the tailed beast mass into a giant truth-seeking ball. As Team 7 prepared for quite possibly their final mission, they launched a group attack that, with well-coordinated efforts from their respective abilities, landed a decisive group blow on the princess. Kaguya attempted to flee, only for Sakura to arrive at the last second and land a blow on the princess. This gave Naruto and Sasuke the chance they needed, and they both made physical contact with her, activating the 6 paths Chibaku Tensei. Under the effects of the Fuin Jutsu, Kaguya's body transformed into the Ten Tails, and then into the demonic statue before being engulfed in the sphere. As the sphere closed up, Naruto later sent Black Zetsu, who was hiding in Kaguya's severed arm sleeve, into the new moon, preventing it from returning and reviving Kaguya ever again, thus resulting in both being permanently and finally eliminated as threats to the shinobi world. Legacy. Despite Kaguya's genuine desire to bring forth peace, her methods only brought it about temporarily at the cost of many lives. It also inspired the people of Hagoromo's era to weaponize chakra for wars instead of using it for peace, which would include the tailed beasts being seen as nothing more than masses of powerful chakra to exploit and control, and the hosts to be seen as such. Before she was sealed away, she created Black Zetsu as a tool to facilitate her arrival. Black Zetsu's actions throughout the history of the shinobi world included influencing the Uchiha and Senju clans for hundreds of years, and tampering with the Naka Shrine Stone monument. Kaguya is the progenitor of the Hyuga, Kaguya, Senju, Uzumaki, and Uchiha clans, as she is the mother or grandmother of each clan's ancestor and originator of their unique abilities. Eventually, Black Zetsu's efforts directly led Madara Uchiha to create and carry out the Eye of the Moon plan, and creating Akatsuki as a project to prepare the Infinite Tsukiyomi, which led to the Fourth Shinobi World War. Madara would later succeed in casting the Infinite Tsukiyomi upon the entire world, thinking that he had accomplished his goal, but he had also unknowingly facilitated the revival of Kaguya. This came about when Black Zetsu manifested his will into Madara, using him as a vessel to revive Kaguya into the mortal world, essentially bringing her back to life once more before she was finally and permanently defeated by both Naruto and Sasuke. Despite her godlike might, she still felt the need to leave a scroll revealing the true nature of her coming to Earth and why. Many years after her defeat, Sasuke Uchiha began investigating Kaguya's reasoning behind creating the White Zetsu army in the first place. His ultimate theory was that there was a threat which even Kaguya was afraid of, and spent a large majority of his life researching Kaguya's history and her separate dimensions. His suspicions were confirmed when he eventually met Momoshiki Ōtsutsuki and Kinshiki Ōtsutsuki. During his travels, he found information regarding the threat documented in a highly encrypted scroll stored inside a castle within her ice dimension. When it was eventually deciphered in Konohagakure, it provided crucial information about Kaguya's enemies and was extremely valuable in cementing their defeat. Originally, Kaguya was supposed to prepare the chakra on Earth for her clan. However, her attachment to the planet and preparation of an army in her own defense led Momoshiki to condemn her as a disgrace and a traitor. Along with not abiding by her duties that led to Momoshiki's inconvenience of hunting down chakra personally, he stated his intention to punish her personally, and that her defeat has saved him the trouble of doing that. Indeed, one of Amado's suggestions was that Kaguya wanted the chakra fruit all to herself, hence her attempt at Isshiki's life. In the anime, Danzo Shimura unknowingly got close to one of Kaguya's techniques, when he cultivated some of the first Hokage's cells to produce Gozu Tenno. Personality. As noted by her son Hagoromo, Kaguya was once truly a good and caring person. This was expanded on in the anime, where despite displaying an apathetic personality, she longed for peace and eventually fell in love with Tenji, who shared a similar dream even though she never openly displayed her feelings for him. She also cared deeply for her handmaiden Aino, even though she never openly displayed emotions to her either until just before Aino's death. However, she was also treacherous and ruthless towards those she did not care about, as she betrayed fellow clansman Isshiki and nearly killed him. Amado speculated that it could either be personal enmity or her desire to have the chakra fruit for herself. After obtaining the ability to manipulate powerful chakra from the god tree's fruit, Kaguya had grown despotic and developed both a god complex and messiah complex, believing that chakra rightfully belonged to her alone and that only she could protect and unite the world. Black Zetsu noted that Kaguya tried to love humans for the sake of peace, but her distrust in them proved far too great as she came to believe that all they did was fight and destroy the world. Despite her initial desire for peace like her sons, grandsons, and in the anime her lover, Kaguya ultimately caved into corruption from her power and lost faith in humanity's ability to do what is right. As a result of her losing faith in humanity, Kaguya opted to use her great and terrible power to submit everyone to her will. As Hagoromo noted, humanity around that time began to fear her as a demon. She uses the archaic pronoun warawa while referring to herself, a sign of ancient nobility. Kaguya also displays a degree of affection as she appears to care very deeply about the earth, viewing it as a nursery that she does not want humanity itself to damage any further. In the anime, although she had affection for her lover, Tenji, it was not strong enough to stop her from trapping him in the infinite Tsukiyomi when he betrayed her for his own pursuit of peace. Although she openly stated that she hated her own sons for using their inherited chakra against her and created the Ten Tails to take it back by force, she openly wept when looking at Naruto Uzumaki and Sasuke Uchiha, who reminded her of them, hinting that part of her still loved her sons. In the anime, Hagoromo and Hamura understood that their mother committed immoral acts for the sake of protecting them from those she feared, and they still felt affection for her because she was simply a mother doing what she could for her children. Even Kaguya herself told her sons prior to their battle that she had given them nothing but unconditional nurturing and protection, and willingly shared her chakra with them before their betrayal prompted her to try and claim it back. However, what love she harbored for her children was small, as shown in the anime where she was willing to take Hamura hostage and force him to fight Hagoromo in order to reclaim her chakra. Although Kaguya did claim Hagoromo's love would prevent him from killing Hamura, suggesting she wanted to claim her chakra back without killing her children. It was later revealed that she was on a mission to provide chakra to her clan, but after falling in love with a human and bearing his children, she created a white Zetsu army to fight them off and protect not only her children, but the inhabitants of Earth. This suggests that had it not been for her clan, she would have been a benevolent ruler. While her belief that chakra should belong to her alone made her somewhat obsessive in retrieving it from everyone else, she is also willing to listen to Black Zetsu's suggestion on killing Naruto to prevent him and Sasuke from stealing her away, though she expressed reluctance that she must destroy a large reservoir of chakra to preserve her freedom. Despite her somberness, Kaguya can nonetheless be stunned by unexpected events, as one of Naruto's perverted ninjutsu caught her off guard, thereby allowing him to land a hit on her. Naruto stated that unlike all his previous foes, he couldn't empathize with Kaguya at all, as he felt she completely lacked a heart. Hagoromo wasn't sure why Kaguya ended up the way she did, but believed her eating the chakra fruit may have had something to do with it. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.